Good morning, my lovelies. Today is Saturday, June 17th, and it's about 7:32 in the morning, and I am up. But let's just say I'm physically up. um, I am going to be getting out today, doing my errands and taking care of my business. So I will be taking you along with me today. Y'all want to ride? But first, I need to have my coffee. Um, for breakfast, I think I'm gonna have a smoothie bowl, and I I think I'm gonna go light this morning. I think I'm just gonna have my smoothie bowl. I am so hungry. I had a very light dinner last night. I had just a few forkfuls of sautéed vegetables, and when I went to bed, I was pretty content. But this morning, it's like a beast roaring inside my stomach. I am so hungry. So I think I'm gonna mix me a smoothie bowl. Make sure I put my vegetarian, or I should say plant-based protein powder in there with some hemp seeds. And for those of you who don't know, hemp hearts, in 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts, there's 10 grams of protein. Outside of that, I got to do my chores, which is, basically cleaning my house. I got to get laundry done. We never really have a lot of laundry, so it doesn't really take me that long. And sometimes we don't have enough laundry for me to do, so I'll hold off to next week, but I'll check and see what I got going on, and even if I just have enough to do a load, I'll go ahead and do that load so that that's taken care of. Other than that, like I said, I have some errands I have to run. I had a function today. The Faces of the Village was to be hosting a lunch for Jacob's Home for Men. And this is Father's Day weekend. I guess everybody in line with trying to honor the men in their life, the fathers in their life. Um, Everybody's schedules got really whacked away, messed up, and people wasn't remembering. I don't know why people thought I was actually scheduling this on Father's Day. My husband is a father, my son is a father, and I had every intention of celebrating these men. And so therefore I wouldn't be scheduling something actually on Father's Day. I scheduled it the Saturday before Father's Day so that people could be with their families on Father's Day. But for some reason, people kind of got things turned around, and so people are not available, and that's okay. That's okay. And so some people were double booked and stuff like that. So basically the resolve is, everyone who is donating the items for the event will just be dropping them off at Jacob's Home for Men, and then the owner will have his staff serve the guys over there at their leisure. So I want to take this time to thank Brenda Calcador and the ladies of Eastern Star. They're donating the gifts for the guys, and canned goods and bread and baked goods, from what I understand as well. And then I want to thank TJ's Eatery on the Go. They are actually donating the meal, the rest of the meal they're catering, donating the food for the guys. And then Leslie's Furniture. Leslie is donating the drinks. And so all of this stuff has to be dropped off at Jacob's Home for Men today. I'm going to run by, and because my husband picked up the drinks from Leslie, so I'm going to run by and drop that off to Jacob's Home. And I will spend the rest of the day just taking care of some things that I have to take care of, and just trying to enjoy some downtime. But anyway, I have some exciting news that's going to be coming forward for uh, my businesses. as well as my life. I started putting together what I need to put together for Operation Push Pause. I put a video up talking about that. And if you think you might be interested in pushing pause with me, I welcome your company. And this is just an opportunity for me to step back. Ooh, excuse me. This is just an opportunity for me to step back and really evaluate where I am and how the projects and work that I'm doing falls in line with my future goals for my life. There's been a lot going on. I stay pretty busy. I do have a full-time job, 2 businesses, my husband, my kids. My children are grown adults, but they still need mommy and daddy. So I have to make time not just to be there for them, but to also spend time with them. I'm still their mom. So at any rate, on top of that, I have my own needs. And basically what's been happening is I've been pulled, in so many different directions, and I've been stretched so thin that my needs have been falling by the wayside. And so my husband kind of pulled me to the side and talked to me about that a little bit. And he's really concerned that the things that I set out to do for myself, I'm not able to do, and he does not like seeing that. He knows that there are some things that I really want to accomplish for myself, but I've just been so inundated with responsibility and so consumed with things that I have to do that has just not been possible. So I took in what he said and just kind of been marinating on it a little bit and making some decisions as far as not what and how I'm going to do what I'm doing, but whether there is actually something else for me to consider. And so that's kind of where my mind is. I do know that I had an event in July. Actually, I had 2 events in July that I had to cancel. One was being an ambassador for a speaking engagement. I withdrew from that, and then my own personal event that I was planning, I just brought a stop to all of that. The event will not be happening, and the reason for that is because I had this event here today, and my deadline for myself was, today the event, tomorrow's Father's Day. Come Monday, I have to have a clear understanding of what it is that I'm going to be doing as far as, pushing pause, because I can only push pause on the things that I absolutely have full control over. Obviously, I can't push pause on going to work and stuff like that because, that's how I make my living and that's how we support ourselves. So I can't push pause on that. But everything else, I can. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at. Anyway, no more rambling. I'm going to get up from here, and I know I look rough, but I want y'all to see. I'm not trying to get glamorous for the camera every time I sit down in front of the camera. I got bags going on, and it's just so much happening with my body. I'm just so tired. But I'll tell you what, last night I slept so good. Oh my goodness. I have not slept that well in a really long time. And I was kind of resisting getting up this morning. And really, if I'm being honest, thinking about going and get back in the bed, I'm pooped. This has been not really a hard week. It's just, I think any week, because I get up so early in the morning, any week is not a rough week, but just a little challenging because I'm not a morning person, but I don't like being at work till 5 o'clock. So I'm on a schedule where I get off at a time where if I have things to do, I can still go get things done, and it's still, daylight. And the sacrifice for that is, I have to get up. I'm up really early in the morning. Anyway, so I am going to get my coffee, and I think before I do my smoothie bowl, because another thing I want to do, I want to work out, but I don't really know if I want to go to the gym. I've been really wanting to, because when I did my workouts at home, um, I enjoyed them. It was a full body workout, a total, head to toe. I did upper body, core, lower body, um, and it was broken up. And I did them in sets, and I just revolved. Um, I rotated the sets. So, I might have done a set of something, upper body, a set of something core, a set of something lower body, and then just started back over, And so, anyway, that was very helpful because it allowed those muscles to rest as I was working on something else. Anyway, it's just a little routine I developed for myself, and I haven't done that in a while. Oh, my goodness, Lord. Maybe I need to go back to bed. So, I think the thing that has allowed me to really relax lately, and I know this is going back to what I was talking about before, and I said I was going to get off of here, but I think the thing that has allowed me to relax and be able to get some sleep is that I think subconsciously my brain is already starting to turn off. Like, I'm not thinking about, oh, I got to do this, or I got to do this, and I stay in go-go mode when it, comes to everything that's outside of work. And lately, because I've been thinking about pushing pause, I haven't been thinking about anything else. I just, that's all I've been thinking about is like, I guess one of the questions that I asked myself was, what would that feel like? What would it feel like to just go to work, come home, and I'm just absorbed by activities that allow me to have fun and spend time with my husband, just completely relaxed and not stress over anything, no deadlines. The only deadlines and commitments I had to be focused on was what I was dealing with at work. And I've just allowed myself to be, caught up in the thoughts of what if. And so I'm like, it's not hard because it's my life, so I can choose. But it's just so funny how the human mind works. And so, because of the fact that I haven't been thinking about business stuff a whole lot, I think that the fatigue is kind of caught up with me. So anyway, I'm excited because I'm gonna be kind of marinating on it a little bit today. So trying to see what it is that come Monday I need to implement. So anyway, I'll get back with you all, and I don't think I'm gonna share my workout with you. If I decide to work out, y'all probably see me afterwards, but I'm not brave enough to share that with you now. But because I'm pretty weak, that's the whole point of me going back to the gym and stuff like that. And as far as my legs and stuff, they're pretty strong, but because I can walk for a really long time. But when I try to get on that elliptical, and they got this machine that look like you're climbing stairs, and then they got this other elliptical, it doesn't go forward like this, it goes to the side like that. Oh my God. I would say maybe 3 to 4 minutes after doing that, I start feeling the burn. 5 to 6 minutes in, it's starting to it feels like it's tensing up. I don't really know if I even made it to 10 minutes. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I know it's because I'm using muscles in a way that you don't use them when you're walking. But I start off small because, say for example, I'm just now moving past the period of being in pain because I have arthritis in different parts of my body. And I went through a 2-week spell just recently, and I literally just came out of it. What's this, Saturday? Maybe Tuesday was probably the last day I had to double up on my medicine because I was hurting so bad. But you're talking about 2 weeks where, I was taking medicine, my pain medicine, double dosages, and sometimes triple dosages of the medicine because, the pain was so bad. If I was sitting down and I tried to get up, I just it almost took my breath away because it was hurting so bad. And in the mornings I had to use my cane because I couldn't walk on my own, things like that. And I hate when I get like that because I take my medicine every day and I just don't understand it. I don't, sometimes it just stops working. It just stops working. And so anyway, yeah. So no, I'm not especially strong in my arms or anything like that. And so, I really gotta get busy with my strength training because I can lose all the weight in the world, and I'm doing well on that journey. I'm not doing as well as I should be, but I'm doing a lot better than I was. Um, but I got to get busy with my strength training because I can lose all the weight in the world, and if I'm not building muscle underneath that, it is not going to benefit me. I'm just going to be just a big blob of loose skin, and that is not cute. And I don't want to look like that. So anyway, the other thing I noticed is first I was like, ooh, I'm starting to age. Well, yeah, but for me, the way that my skin works, I have good elasticity especially in my face. But what's happening is as I lose weight, and I lose weight in my face too. Every now and then I'll see, like my my skin and my face will be a little loose or whatever, and then it'll tighten up. I'm not putting anything on it. It's just how my skin does. So it'll look like, my face is melting. No, I'm just kidding. But it'll look. I can see the looseness like around my nose and around my mouth, and then eventually it'll smooth out or whatever, and the muscles underneath will tighten up. I will share this with you. Lately, I've noticed because yesterday, I don't know what's going on in that office, or if it happened when I left the house. But I must have got attacked by mosquitoes or something because them suckers done bit me all right here. I have a bite on this side. Oh my goodness. And you see the color of my skin. Any little thing that happens just is so obvious. And so all day yesterday, I was trying so hard not to scratch, because it itched so bad. But I wasn't successful. It was itching. And I didn't have anything to put on it to stop it from itching. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And I'm trying to pad, and the padding don't work. I'm just going to tell you. I was trying to pad, and it just was not working. So anyway, I woke up. The funny thing is I woke up yesterday. And every morning I get up, I turn on the news because I'm trying to look at the weather. I'm trying to look at the traffic and all that stuff as I'm getting ready. And they mentioned 5 plants on there that you can get that are natural repellents for mosquitoes. So I'm giving y'all this information in case you didn't catch it. I saw it on Channel 2, KPRC, I believe is the lettering for the station here in Houston, Channel 2. If you want more information, you can go to click2houston.com on their website, and you can do a search for it, because I have to do that to get the 5th plant. I only caught 4. She was talking so fast. So one of them is lavender. Then she mentioned, wait a minute, because I saved it in my phone. Lavender. I want to say she said marigold. Lavender, lemon balm, basil, and marigold. And there is a 5th plant, but like I said, she was talking so fast that I didn't get that information. So I have to go on there. I'm not really a plant person. Plants don't really like me all that much. I have killed some plants that's supposed to be hard to kill, and it wasn't on purpose. I was doing everything that my husband was doing, but they don't like me. So I'm going to get them because I want to put them. We have enough space on our porch for me to get them. So I'm going to get one of everything and put them out there on the porch to try to help ward off, some of the mosquitoes, because I hear it's supposed to be a pretty bad year for mosquitoes. and I'm not trying to get anything that's gonna cause me to be in the hospital. And I need to tell my grandson's mother too, because I worry about him. He has sickle cell, and I don't want my baby to get, bit by mosquitoes and stuff, and then have some type of reaction or whatever, and then it cause him to have a crisis. And so I think about stuff like that, because that's my honey, and I don't like him being sick. So my granddaughter will be fine. She doesn't. I mean, granted, if she gets bit by a mosquito that's infected with something, she'll have the same reaction as everybody else. But he's a little different because he has a sickle cell. So, she has to be really careful with him. Make sure he's slathered down with all sorts of stuff. So, anyway, let me get off here because now my throat is getting raspy. I don't want to be sounding like a man. Get off here and get my coffee, and I'll be back. So I'll let y'all later. If I think of anything else, then I'll let you know. Oh, the other thing that the news anchor said was you can use catnip. She said, but you'll have unwanted visitors because the catnip obviously will attract the cats. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, Peter. Y'all can come for me if you want to. I don't care. But I'm just really not a huge fan. I don't. If I was to ever do a pet, we had a pet at one point, and it was a dog. Hey, Zuri. But I'm not a fan of cats. I've had some bad experiences with a cat, and I think probably what I do one day is do a story time with y'all about this cat. Me and this cat was fighting. I used to do home health, and I had a client, Mr. Willett, and Mr. Willett had a brother who was married, and him and his brother and his sister-in-law, Mr. Willett's brother and sister-in-law, had cats. Well, for some strange reason, they decided instead of keeping the cats at their house, they wanted to bring all these daggone cats over to Mr. Willett's house. And they wanted me to take care of the cats and do the litter box and all. And I said I wasn't hired to do that. I was hired to take care of Mr. Willett. And so, needless to say, nobody was really coming over there dealing with the litter box and all that stuff. And Mr. Willett's house got to a point where it was just rank. So anyway, I'll probably do a video, do a story time or something to tell y'all about that whole scenario, because it was awful. Yeah, we gonna leave that for story time. Anyway, I'll be back. I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.